All right, Nick. So we got a juicy one. The day you made $500,000 in 24 hours. I've heard the myth. I've heard the rumor. I want you to spill the beans and tell me the full story on how you made $500,000 in 24 hours. Let's hear it.
All right, let's talk about this. I don't even know if I want to talk about this because a lot of people might get mad because I know a lot of people lost a significant amount on the Squid Game token.
Okay, so what exactly is the squid? It's called Squid, like the
Squid Game token. It's
like
the Netflix series Squid Game. It actually had that symbol as its token.
Right. I remember hearing about this, and there was some controversy. I don't know your story yet, but I remember there was some rug pull event, and Squid Game was like this very hyped up Netflix show, which I still haven't watched, but
it's a very good show.
Is it?
Yeah, I loved it. But
okay, so
yeah, go ahead.
The show is out. People are loving it. Everyone's watching it. Where does the Squid Game crypto token come into the mix?
Okay, so some developer out there created a Binance Smart Chain token. Anyone can go out there and create their own token on these decentralized networks. They decided to make one on Binance Smart Chain, which I just so happened to be pretty well versed in because I had already been on the network staking cryptocurrencies to make passive income. So I saw a news article come out, maybe it may have been on Yahoo Finance or some other article that said the Squid Game token had come out and it had some massive rally, but nobody could sell. So it somewhere hidden in the smart contract, the developers did not allow anyone to sell. They could only buy. So the price just kept skyrocketing. It went like the market cap went to like a ridiculous amount that didn't even make sense. So the developer in the background rug pulled it. So he was able to flip the switch and sell all of his tokens and basically pulled all of the liquidity out of the pancake swap contract.
Okay, so since he was the developer, by nature, he had reserved a set allocation of tokens for himself.
Exactly.
And then the price went up so much because people are buying and no one can sell.
And no one can sell. And he waited until the liquidity pool on PancakeSwap got to an amount that he knew he could just dump all of his tokens, and just the liquidity went to basically zero at that point. He pulled all of the BNB token out of the liquidity pool.
How much are we talking?
I think they said, just from memory, I think he made off with like $3.5-4 million.
And what was the token worth at the time? Like how much did it increase? 100%, 1,000%?
Oh, it was hundreds of thousands of percent. Like at that point, the token value didn't even matter. It just mattered how much money was in the liquidity pool, because that's how much he could have ran off with. But without getting into like a long discussion on how liquidity pools on PancakeSwap
how were people buying this token? On Uniswap?
They were buying it on PancakeSwap, which is similar to Uniswap, but it uses Binance Smart Chain.
But there was liquidity in Uniswap.
No, there was liquidity on PancakeSwap.
Okay, so everything was going on in PancakeSwap.
Everything was,
And he had some backdoor where he was the only one who could sell.
He flipped the switch and immediately liquidated all of his tokens. And then, if there's no liquidity, like just to give a brief education on how these decentralized networks work, there has to be liquidity staked on any token. So you have Bitcoin and USDT. Someone physically has to go in there and put, say, $100 of Bitcoin and $100 of USDT on the decentralized exchange to be traded back and forth. So the way I believe not PancakeSwap, the way I believe that the Squid Game token worked is people were actually able to earn money by staking liquidity on there, and as they were buying, it was also adding to the liquidity pool.
Right. Okay, so when that happened, what happened to the Squid token? It just
it went from, I don't even know what the price was, because it was like the beginning of November 2021 when this happened. It dropped to essentially zero. Okay. I think it was trading at like $50 or $60. No, I should pull up a chart and look at the exact price, but it basically went from a high price down to almost zero.
Okay, and where do you step in all this?
I saw these news articles that everyone got scammed on this token. I was like, I just wanted to look a little bit into it, because I knew PancakeSwap and Binance Smart Chain pretty well. So I went in, I looked at the contract, I looked and saw you could buy and sell like at the moment, and previously you couldn't, and that was the scam.
How did you know at that point you could buy and sell when people before you didn't know that they could not sell?
Because I bought a little bit of it on PancakeSwap and I was able to sell it.
Okay.
So it was taking kind of a gamble. Like, I guess I was taking the risk that whoever the scammer was happy with the $3.5 million he made, and he wasn't
Right.
going to flip that switch again.
Okay. So then you test the waters a little bit. You see you can buy and sell, and then what happens? Then what happens next?
I threw $25,000 at it, which was kind of crazy at the moment, but the reason I did was I saw the amount of holders that it had. So there was a lot of people that could possibly want to buy back in after it dumped to almost zero. I think I bought it at like 0.4 cents. Like, it went to below a penny.
Okay.
And I remember going to sleep that night and waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. And I looked at my phone and it had already gone up to like 2 cents. So it had already like 4x'd in value. I'm like, well, this is kind of cool. And I'm watching all the news networks covering this, saying that, oh, Squid Game Token was a rug pull. So I'm like, all right, I just threw 25 grand at this thing and it's up almost 4x. That's a pretty decent return for like just 4 hours worth of work. So I just decided to hold on to it.
So in 4 hours, you went from 25,000 to 100,000.
Yeah.
And that's in the middle of the night when you woke up to take a piss.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, this looks like a pretty,
Do you go back to bed at that point, or you stay up?
It was hard to go back to sleep at that point,
Yeah.
to be honest. And then actually it started falling. It went down to like a penny again.
Okay.
So, I mean, the value was fluctuating significantly. So I just like woke up the next day and I said, you know what? I'm going to hold on to this. There's a lot of hype around it. There's a lot of holders, which is important. And so there's a lot of eyes on the token. So I knew that money could easily flow back into it.
And you understood this by just looking at the wallets.
There's a website you can go to. It's called dextools.io. That's where I was looking at it at that point. And you could actually see the liquidity. You could see that liquidity was coming back into the token. I could easily buy and sell it with the liquidity that was there. And I knew that it had just dumped like 99.9%. So it was almost like a dead cat bounce play for me. So over the course of the next 24 hours, I saw Squid Game Token go from 2 cents in the middle of the night, like I just said, dump down to about a penny. And then over the course of the next 18 hours, it started firing up to like 5 cents, 6 cents. I think I started getting on and selling it around 5 or 6 cents. And as I was going into sell, like I was selling it off in chunks, it just kept firing up to like over 10 cents, 11 cents, 12 cents.
Wow.
And I think I started selling the rest of it like around 13, 14 cents. So it was when I looked at all the BNB in my account at that point after I'd sold everything. Yeah, like the 25 grand investment was, I think, a little over $530,000 of Binance. It was like, because I think Binance coin was like over $500 at that point, and it was just over 1,000 BNB tokens.
That's insane. So when it was making that run 6, 7, 8, 10 plus cents, that happened in a day?
That was, just about 24 hours.
Wow.
It was impressive. And the crazier thing is, like, if I would have just held, it went up to like 70 or 80 cents just after that.
No way.
So if I would have just held, it would have been like $3 or $4 million in about a week or two. But I'm honestly not too upset about it. I was more upset that I got overconfident.
Hey, gotta take profits, right?
Yeah, I took the profits. I was more upset that I kind of lost almost half of that because I became overconfident.
Is Squid Token still around?
It is. You can still trade it. I think it dumped back down.
Squid Game. It's now at 2 cents.
Uh-huh.
And let's see, holy cow. At its all-time high, it looks like it was, I can't even tell. It was up there. Well, I think that there's some important lessons there, because you took profits at a certain point. It could have went I mean, it did go way higher.
Obviously, yeah. If something 10x's on you in 24 hours, you should be taking profits.
Yeah.
Maybe another lesson I could teach myself is don't sell it all and kind of hold on to a little bit of it, because it continued to go on higher and I could have done better. But
Yeah, but then you end up like the Dogecoin guy. You know the Dogecoin guy?
no, I don't know the Dogecoin guy.
He was floating around on the internet. News companies were interviewing him.
He's the guy who made like $1 million or something on Dogecoin.
He invested everything into Doge, and Doge went up, 60 plus cents. He became a millionaire, and now it's back at, in the 10 to 20 cents range. And he basically,
never sold.
That's all. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So you got to take profits where you can, because now Squid Game is what, 2 cents. So that's an important lesson, but still that's wild. He made $500K in pretty much 24 hours. So that's a good one. Good story.
Good story.
All right. I think that's it for this episode. Well, I guess maybe we'll dive into what you did with that $500K in the next one.
Yeah.
All right.